Welcome to my new Valorant guide. Today I will show you how to play Cypher on Ascent. So we are starting off on the defending side. I will show you the setups you need for B. So first I would show you the two one-ways I like to use. The first one is where you go into this position and you aim, you go up 3 windows and then you go between the third and fourth window, you go in the middle and do your trap, and it's a one way if you're playing stairs. There's also another one way which I would recommend. You go into this corner, aim into this corner on top, and then you do a jump throw, and it's a pixel perfect setup, pixel perfect one way, and it looks like this. So if you play backside, it's a really good one way for holding side. Next I will show you the cams you need on B. There are actually 2 cams that I would recommend. The first is the default cam, like this, where you can watch main, market, CT and a bit of side. But my favorite cam is this one, where you go onto this. This cam is my favorite one because it's a bit more hidden and it's hard to shoot. And you can also see CT, side, lever and a bit of market. So next I'm showing you the traps you need. If you're playing on B, you should also trap market like this. This is very important so they cannot push CT. But if you want to trap main, you should do the default trap, which is not the best trap because they can walk into locks. But this trap is very great because it holds off lane and lever. But you can also use other traps like this. If you only want to trap market, then do this, and if you want to trap mid, then do that one. You can also do a trap on lane for pushing deep, and also one for stairs to CT. Now I'm showing you my favorite setup for B. I would trap market like this, and the other trap is this one, which I would recommend. And if you want to do both one ways, which I showed you, then I would do this and this. But I usually don't play both one ways, so if you don't want to play this one way, you can also do this trap. It's good for when they push lane because you use your trap there, and if you know they are pushing, you can activate it, and if they are getting scanned, you can just shoot through the smoke and should get a 3 kill. And also I would use this cam instead of this one because it's most likely harder to shoot than the other one. Next we step onto A side. There are really 2 cams that you need for A. The first one is when you go into this corner and aim at the wall with the cam and do a jump left click. This is a really good cam because you can see tree and cat and the enemies won't be able to shoot it. And the second cam is when you position yourself onto gen and place the cam anywhere on this wall where it's not shootable from main. You can see tree, main and heaven and all of side. If you want to play with the one way on A, which I wouldn't recommend because you need for a better setup you need both cages, but if you want to use your one way, you go into this position where these metal things match. And then as you see this 90-degree cloud thing, you aim on it and then just do a jump throw like this, and it should land here. And as you can see, you have a one way if you're playing from generator. The traps you need for A are not that hard. You just use this one. It's very good for holding off the push. If you want to retake, you use this because someone has to walk onto the door and close it. But there's also this one which is also good, like this. So now I'm showing you my favorite setup. I'm using this cam on tree because you can see tree and catwalk and you don't have to use any other trips. Then I'm using the both cages I showed you before. So this one on generator and the other one on green. And then my favorite trips are this one is good, and the other one where you have to aim onto this thing. And if you do this like that, then your setup should look like this. You can play either from gen or from bricks. Now we are done with the defender side, and I'm showing you the things you need on the attacking side. So firstly, you do both traps every round because you want to make sure that no one is lurking. This one on B main and the other one on A. And then if you go A, you can use your cam and also your cage. Your cam you use it like this, so it lands onto this thing. That is a good cam because you can see parts of cat and also main and wine. And there's also a cage for door, so if you somehow have no smokers anymore, then it's a perfect cage for entering side. So you go into this, aim onto this brick, go up in the sky till you see this cloud. You go in the middle of the cloud and then do a jump throw. And as you've done that, it should look like this. It's really a perfect smoke for when you're entering and have no smokes left. Now I'm showing you some things you need on B. So there are two cams I would recommend. This one is for early information if you want to go B, and you have the other cam for catwalk if you want early information. Do this cam and see cat and have early information about the player who's playing cat. And there's also smoke, a cage for market. It's a bit tough one. If you have no smokes left, that's the only thing you can do as Cypher. So you go into this box and then you try your best with landing it in market. So you just have to sprint and jump, and while you do this you throw your cage through this one, and then it should look like this. You have a trap, you have a cage that smokes market. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more upcoming guides like this one, then leave a like and subscribe me, and write in the comments what agents I should do next on which maps.